All right, time to get started. So thank you everybody for joining me here today. The topic is AI for your nonprofit organization and how we can incorporate that into different departments and different aspects of identifying and onboarding volunteers, how we can use AI to engage with donors, how we can use AI to be incorporated into our social media efforts and ensure that all the things that you want done are actually getting done. So the strategy that I'm going to show you, well, a couple of things I'm going to touch on today. And every time we do these webinars, I'm going to be touching on something different. I'm going to try to get through this in the next 15 to 20 minutes or so, just to highlight some of these strategies that I've already successfully set up for clients of mine. And I'm going to show you how you can do them for yourself. So real quick, let me introduce myself. My name is Jeff Cheney. I'm the owner of Wondery CRM. Wondery CRM is a tool that we've developed. Specifically, we have an application specific for nonprofits, but we're continually building out pre-configured aspects of our CRM tools so that new nonprofit organizations who are leveraging our tools can turn those features on and not have to go through the arduous struggles of setting everything up from scratch and learning everything the hard way. It's kind of a done-for-you turnkey solution. But that being said, our system has all sorts of AI components to it to help you run your organization. So let me touch on two. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Everybody should be able to see that. Just moving some things around. All right, so first let's look at the application itself. So Wondery dashboard, here we are. This is the Wondery system. This is where you can manage everything from your calendars, which is just like Calendly, so people can book appointments for you and your team, your contacts, opportunities and pipelines. You can manage payments within the Wondery system. Also, we have a full marketing suite integrated in. So think email newsletters and email marketing, text message marketing, website builder. So you can do landing pages and funnels and forms and surveys, full QR code generator as well. Membership portals. So you can get volunteers and donors into their own communities where they can share information or go through learning courses to get up to speed on different aspects of your organization. Media storage, reputation management, all of this is managed within the Wondery system. What we're going to focus on today, as you can see here on your screen, is an example of an AI conversation. Now, how did this conversation get started? Let's start there. So the way that these things get started is, in this particular case, we have a AI tool set up that has a call to action within Instagram. So this is an Instagram AI bot is the example I'm sharing with you. So this is just one example of how it can be promoted, but you can have an image with a call to action, or in the text, you can just say, hey, reply with the word newsletter. Or reply with the word donate, or reply with the word volunteer, whatever you want that word to be. Our AI is monitoring this Instagram and looking for those responses. And if it's the keyword is present, then it will automatically engage. And so here's what happened. And this is just an example of how I reached out through Instagram and responded with that keyword. So once I sent that keyword in, this is how the conversation flowed. It says, hey, Jeffrey, thank you for requesting more information. Please reply with your email address and we'll get you added to our regular updates. So I replied, okay, here you go. And I provided my email address. Great. You're all set to receive updates from us. Hope you enjoy it. So what interested you in Wounded Warriors Family Support? I think it's a great cause. Love what you all are doing. I see what you mean. You're really passionate about helping too. We're really passionate about helping too. By the way, would you be interested in hosting a fundraiser event for WWFS? Maybe. What's involved? Happy to hear you're considering it. Hosting involves spreading awareness, gathering support, and possibly organizing a local event. Think that would be up your alley? Could be. That's fantastic to hear. Starting is simple and we provide plenty of support along the way. How about we discuss things over a meeting? Here's a link to book. Let me know once you're booked so I can confirm. Great, I've booked. Fantastic. Thank you for taking the step. I'll confirm your booking on my end. Really looking forward to chatting with you. This entire conversation, everything you see in blue, was 100% AI. No human was involved. So what we did was we took a person from Instagram who saw a post and said, I'm interested in joining the newsletter. I'd like to stay engaged with this brand. And we delivered on that. We got their email address and we added them to the newsletter automatically. But then it went one step further and actually asked them about hosting an event, a fundraiser event, and providing some information, and then scheduling a one-on-one appointment with that individual all automatically. So let me show you how this is put together. So automations are intimidating to most people, especially within CRMs, because there's just it's intimidating to look at. And if you haven't done it before, this is why most people fail with CRMs, is because they look at a CRM and everything that goes into it to get it done right, and it's overwhelming. So everything you see here comes pre-configured on the Wondery system for nonprofits. So kind of custom tailored automations pre-configured for you. And let me show you the one that you just saw. See here, be on page 2. Here we go. So this is the Instagram newsletter bot. So if we scroll out, you can see this is how this bot was designed. Very complex, lots of moving parts, and all of this comes pre-configured for you. So let's just walk through the workflow. If we look at it from the top down, Instagram DM or a comment, it's looking for that comment. It tags the user. Now this user from Instagram is now added to the CRM as a contact and tagged with an Instagram lead. It's assigned to the member of the team. That contact is assigned to them. It replies within Instagram. Then it waits for a response. And then it checks to see if a response is detected. If a response is detected, it gets tagged with the appropriate tag. That triggers the email and the workflow to add that user into the newsletter campaign. Then it waits, and then it's going to ask that qualifying question where it says, hey, would you be interested in learning more about hosting a fundraiser event? If they say yes, then it's going to do a follow-on message. And as they continue to engage, then it's going to attempt to book a one-on-one meeting. And then it's going to confirm that one-on-one meeting. So that's actually what's all happening here. But it's got all these different variables built in so that if they respond with something other than what was requested, for example, up here at the top, we asked for an email address in our DM on Instagram saying, hey, can you reply with an email address? And if they replied, but it did not have an email address, then the system is going to recognize that a response came in without an email, and it's going to respond accordingly and then reprompt for the email so that we can add them to the newsletter. So very, very smart, really slick. And the best part is you can put this on autopilot. So Instagram, right? We can do this exact same thing for Facebook as well. So you can have 2 bots running on Instagram and Facebook. And then you take a post, a really captivating, interesting post, maybe about an upcoming event or your newsletter or something interesting, and you boost it. So now you're getting eyeballs on that post on social media and you're driving traffic to it. And then you start getting the engagement and people responding with that keyword. And now you're filling your pipeline with a targeted list of audience or a targeted audience specific to whatever major initiative you have going. This is how you can get AI working for your organization. Because the alternative is you have to have a human being monitoring your Instagram account and your Facebook account all the time to constantly follow up with people. And you can only do that during certain hours, and you're only going to do that with a certain level of proficiency. Whereas AI will do it 100% every single time, exactly the way you trained it to. And that's what our systems are designed to do. They're designed to be human-like, personable, but 100% reliable. So that is a great example of a call to action on Instagram going through an AI workflow. Most of it is framework, but the AI component is the language. It's how the system reacts when it engages in conversation. So you actually tell it who they are, you give them details about their industry that they're in, and so on, and any other framework. And that's how you kind of set up the bot itself. Again, we do all this for you, so you don't have to worry about learning it. This is just what goes on in the background. So let's talk about another strategy. The next one I want to talk about is a LinkedIn strategy. Now, this one is not so much AI as it is automation. This one falls in the category of a LinkedIn automation campaign where this is a real use case I've used for a number of nonprofits, but let me just walk through the example here. So you're a local nonprofit located in Sacramento. Let's use that as an example. You want to reach out to business owners, CEOs of organizations within the community to connect with them, educate them about your nonprofit, and ultimately, you're hoping to get donations, especially towards the end of the year. So if they have a budget that they allot for nonprofit donations, this would be a way of building out a network, a large audience of individuals who are local in your market that may be able to contribute. So how do you find these people on LinkedIn? Well, step one is using the search tools effectively. So when you go to LinkedIn, using your LinkedIn profile, you can do a search for people. You can tell it to search for people you're not already connected with. So this would be second and third. Now you could even include your first degree contacts here, but let's just, in this scenario, we're going for second and third degree contacts, people we're not yet connected with. Then we narrow it down by our geography, and then we go one step further and I put in the title, CEO. So I'm not going after any particular industry here. This is just CEOs of companies in Sacramento. Well, look at my search results. I've got 648 people that meet that exact criteria. Now, I could just start hitting connect and try to connect with these people and then wait for them to accept my invitation to connect. And then I could manually go in and send them a message and try to get a conversation started. But that's going to be time consuming for one. You're also not going to do it with great consistency, which is really what is key to LinkedIn prospecting. If you're using LinkedIn, you have to be following up with people. You have to be reaching out, and you have to do it daily. Otherwise, you can't do it in these little micro bursts where every few weeks you pop into LinkedIn and do a little bit here and then a little bit there. Got to stay consistent. So you have your list, but how do you get these people to engage? So I'm going to show you a system. And I'm going to open another window here. So this is our LinkedIn automation tool. Now this tool is unlike any other, and I'm actually going to use my own profile to share this with you. Slide this window over. Okay. So what you're looking at here is our LinkedIn automation tool. And this tool is connected to my LinkedIn profile. And you can see I'm ramping up a campaign. So look at this connection requests. These numbers represent the number of invitations sent automatically on my behalf to a targeted list of prospects, a very unique group of people. Back in July, it sent as many as almost 1,100 invitations on my behalf automatically. It also sent 404 endorsements, sent 768 messages, and viewed over 2,200 profiles. Now, everything that this system is doing automatically is designed to get a natural, real conversation started with an authentic person in my market. So an authentic conversation. And you can see we actually got 313 invitations connect accepted and 92 conversations started. So this is all happening automatically up until a response is detected. Once a response is detected, it's my responsibility as the human now to step in and take over that conversation. So my time is only getting invested in talking to the people who are ready to talk to me. So huge efficiencies here. But at the same time, I'm also growing my network by 313 people in my local market. So this automation tool is directly connected to our CRM. So when somebody connects, it'll automatically add that lead into the CRM, and it'll go beyond that. Once a lead is added to the CRM, we can drop them into an email campaign, for example. But we can also set up a few other more advanced automations. I'm not going to dig too deep into that. So let's just say this is what's happening with LinkedIn. We're sending out invites, we're sending messages, and we're getting responses. Now let's take a look at the CRM. So what is the CRM doing? We have an automation here. And let me find it. Oh, I'm sorry, it's on this other page. So this one right here. This automation that we've developed is telling the CRM what to do with the lead once a connection occurs. So once somebody accepts your invite to connect on LinkedIn, that contact is automatically getting transferred into the CRM tool. The next thing that's happening is it's firing off an email. And this email is meant to be a very personalized welcome, kind of like a thank you. Hey, thanks for connecting with me on LinkedIn. Here's why I reached out to you. Now, in this particular case, this email invites them to join our newsletter for updates throughout the year on this organization. We also tag that user so we know what their source was, where they came from. Then it waits a few days and it checks to see if the email was opened. And if the email was not opened, then it sends one more follow-up email with the same information, inviting them to join the newsletter. If the email was opened, then it ends. Nothing else needs to be done. It's not going to send another email. So that's what our system can automate when somebody connects with you. In addition to this, we can also set up the system to automatically send messages on LinkedIn as well. But this is what's happening outside of the LinkedIn ecosystem once you've got somebody connected with you. So this ensures that even though some people in LinkedIn may not use it every day, we're also sending an email to try to get that conversation, that connection going. So it's kind of like the 1-2 punch. Really, really powerful strategy for nonprofit organizations who are looking to target individuals, professionals within their community. This strategy has worked for literally thousands of individuals I've worked with over the years in a variety of different ways. But I really like it in the context of nonprofit because you're targeting people and you're not selling anything to them. You're educating, you're connecting with them, you're building your network, and you're giving them access to learn more about what your organization is doing within your community. Now, this strategy does not require that you're posting to LinkedIn or anything of that nature. This strategy is purely just one-to-one. We're connecting with individuals who accept that invite, and then they're getting a message from you to them with the goal of getting that conversation started. Now, one thing that I like to do with LinkedIn is within our messaging, is to send video, because video really helps stand out. When you get a lot of messages on LinkedIn, and everybody does, the reality is that sometimes it can just be muddy. A lot of people talking, a lot going on. You don't really notice everybody. Nobody stands out. Let me see if I can find here's one. So here's what our system does. After somebody accepts your invite to connect, it'll wait a day and then send a follow-up message to them. It says, hey, thanks for the connection. It gives the context for why you connected with them. And then I embed this video link, which will automatically display this little GIF. Now, this is what's enticing. People see that and they kind of go, oh, that's interesting. Like, it's moving, it stands out, it's unique to them. And when they click on this, it's going to bring them to a unique landing page that's super simple. It's just my 48-second video with some very simple call to actions underneath. No distractions, right? I'm not sending them to YouTube. I'm not sending them to a website where they could get lost again and start browsing around. The only thing I want to do is book an appointment in this situation. I just want to book a call. Hey, if you're interested in speaking with me about these things, let's talk. Click the button below. Grab some time on my calendar. So they click the link and it takes them right to my calendar page. So now they can pick a time that works best for them. And I don't know why it's taking a second to load, but there it goes. So now they can pick a time on my calendar. Boom, they're in, schedule appointment. Now, this happens automatically for me probably 6 to 8 times a week, just because of my LinkedIn strategy. That alone, running automatically for me, is booking 6 to 8 appointments a week. Additionally, we've got the AI chatbot right down here. So we do have a web widget. So if anybody had questions, they could pop that open. They could ask a question and have a full-blown dialogue. But that is the strategy. That is how LinkedIn automation connected to the CRM can help you grow your network, identify an amazingly specific audience of individuals on LinkedIn, and get that list of contacts into your CRM to nurture. Now, you can do this on behalf of yourself or a team member or multiple team members. You can connect multiple LinkedIn profiles to the account and have multiple people doing outreach. But these are really the two main AI/automations that I set up on behalf of every nonprofit standard. This is one of the things that I'm like, hey, we need to do this kind of first and foremost. Let's get these fundamentals out of the way. Because what we want is we want to be growing your database. You need to get more people into your newsletter, more people in, on your network. And we also want to take your social media, the major area you're investing time, energy, and effort into growing, and get that actionable. You want people responding, you want people engaging, and you want to be able to take those responses and nurture them and see if they're qualified. Are they interested in hosting an event? Are they interested in doing something with your organization? And if so, then let's get that conversation going. Let's get them on a Zoom call with you, or invited to a webinar or a face-to-face or a phone call, whatever it might be. So those are the things that we always set up for our organizations, kind of fundamentally, and I've seen tremendous success with them. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for any particular questions. If you have anything, if you'd like to chat, fire away and let me just make sure the chat is turned on. That's one thing I oftentimes forget to do when I open up my webinar. So let me just take a peek. All right, chat is turned on. So if you have a question, you can use the chat now and ask, or raise your hand, whatever you like, and I can unmute you. Otherwise, we can go ahead and wrap things up today. All right, I'm not seeing any questions coming in, so I hope I did a good job. Hope I gave you some good things to think about. And if you want to do a one-on-one with me, let me go ahead and grab my calendar for you. I've got that right here. All right, so there is my calendar. Feel free to book. Also, my website, if you go to getonecause.com. So getonecause.com is powered by Wondery. That is the CRM tool behind it. But getonecause.com is specific to the nonprofit sector. So we're trying to, and actually I gave you the wrong link. I'm sorry. This is the correct link. getonecause.com/introduction. That will kind of introduce you to our tools and our systems and what we do. You can find my contact information on there as well, as long as some great reviews from people that have used our system. And you can also book a free trial or start a free trial if you want to look in to the system and look under the hood and use it for yourself. So, hey, looking forward to speaking with all of you one-on-one. Doors always open. Don't hesitate to reach out if you got any questions. Thank you for your time today. I hope this was beneficial for everyone. Take care. Cheers.